Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Have you ever had a hunch that a woman might be dropping hints for you to notice her, but you weren't entirely sure if you were just imagining it? Maybe you've caught her eye more than once, or sense this vibe that she's trying to stand out, but you can't quite pin down the signals. Well, in today's video, we're going to talk about 19 clear signs a woman wants you to notice her. We often hear about women wanting to be approached in a respectful, genuine way, but how do you know for certain that she wants your attention? The truth is, many times, these signals can be subtle, especially if she's a bit shy or just testing the waters. Other times, they can be more straightforward if she is a confident person who's unafraid of letting you know she's interested. By the time we're done here, you'll have a much better grasp of the subtle, and sometimes not so subtle, cues that say, "Hey, notice me." And of course, it goes without saying, these signs aren't a license to be pushy or invasive. Always respect boundaries and approach with kindness. But if you see multiple signs lining up, that's a strong indication she'd appreciate your friendly acknowledgement or a conversation. So buckle up. This is going to be a fun, in-depth look at some real-world behavior that women often display when they want a guy to pay attention. Let's dive right in with the first sign. 1. She positions herself near you on purpose. One of the earliest clues you might notice is that she consistently finds ways to be in your physical proximity. Think about it. If you're at a social gathering, does she casually migrate to the space where you're hanging out? If you're at work, does she choose the desk or seat close to yours, even though there are plenty of other options around? Women, and people in general, often gravitate physically toward someone they find interesting or attractive. This is rarely by chance. She might stand near you while chatting to a friend, or use an excuse like needing to charge her phone right by where you're sitting, so she can be in your line of sight. If you catch her doing this repeatedly, chances are she's hoping you'll pick up on her presence. Physical proximity can be a big green flag if she also seems happy to stay there. She might lean against a wall, glance in your direction, or even start a mini conversation about something random. It's her gentle way of saying, "I'm here, notice me," without having to yell it out loud. So if you keep finding her by your side, and it's not purely coincidental, that's a fairly strong sign she'd love for you to pay attention. 2. She glances your way more than once, or twice. Eye contact is one of the most powerful forms of nonverbal communication. If a woman wants you to notice her, she'll often engage in a little game of quick glances. Maybe she catches your eye across the room, holds your gaze for half a second longer than usual, and then looks away with a hint of a smile. Sometimes, you might notice she looks at you, then looks away, and a few minutes later, she does it again. These repeated glances can be a testing the waters technique. She's checking to see if you'll respond by smiling back, maybe approaching her, or at least acknowledging her glance with friendly body language. Some women are more obvious, giving a direct gaze with a confident grin that practically says, "Yes, I'm looking at you." Others are shy, offering a fleeting glance that's easy to miss if you're not paying attention. Either way, consistent or repeated eye contact is her subtle call to you, "Come on, notice me already." 3. She lights up when you enter the room. You know that moment when you walk into a space, be it a party, a cafeteria, or even a Zoom call, and you see someone's face just brighten? That spontaneous shift in mood can be a huge hint that she's genuinely happy you're around. A sparkle in her eye, a smile that spreads across her face, or a more animated expression are strong indicators she was waiting or hoping you'd appear. It might manifest as her posture straightening, her voice becoming slightly more energetic, or her conversation picking up the moment you're within earshot. These behaviors show she's keyed into your presence. Even if she's engrossed in a group chat, you might catch a subtle shift, like leaning back to see you clearly, or giving you a quick wave, or just lighting up with a grin that says, "Hey, you're here." 4. She initiates small talk or asks random questions. One direct sign is if she often breaks the ice with you, even about mundane things. If she starts random chats, like asking about your day, the project you're working on, your opinion on a funny meme, or the music you're listening to, it might be her way of securing your attention. Why does she do this? Well, engaging in conversation is a straightforward method of saying, "I'm interested in connecting." She could have asked someone else, or Googled the answer, but she specifically chose you. If she does so repeatedly, she's probably hoping you'll notice that she wants to talk to you, and maybe talk about more meaningful stuff down the line. Pay attention if these small talk moments happen, particularly when you're not in a group. One-on-one scenarios can be more revealing, because it's riskier to approach someone privately. So if she's consistently trying to chat you up, even about silly topics, she's likely signaling that your attention matters. 5. She mirrors your body language. Mirroring is a subtle phenomenon where a person unconsciously mimics another's posture, gestures, or tone of voice. If you lean back, she leans back. If you cross your arms, she does so shortly after. This isn't about copying to mock you, it's an instinctive rapport-building technique. People mirror those they want to bond with. So if you notice she's sipping her drink right after you sip yours, nodding her head at the same rhythm as you speak, or adjusting her position to match yours, it might mean she's tuned into you on a deeper level. This can be an unspoken "I'm syncing with you, please see me." Of course, watch out for it happening multiple times to confirm it's not just coincidence. But in many social psychology studies, mirroring is a big clue that person A is paying special attention to person B. 6. Her friends are in on it, they tease or smile knowingly. When a woman wants your attention, she might mention you to her friends. So if you walk up and her friends exchange cheeky smiles or glance your way with that "we know something you don't." Look, that's a surefire sign she's been talking about you. Sometimes friends will tease her right in front of you, making jokes like, "Oh, so this is the guy you won't shut up about." Or they'll wink at her while you're around. Women often confide in their inner circle about who they find interesting, so if you sense a sudden hush or playful vibe whenever you appear, it's a strong indicator that she's highlighted you in her personal discussions. This sort of friend group dynamic can be super telling. They might even create opportunities for the two of you to talk, like stepping away on purpose or inviting you both to group hangouts. Keep an eye out for these orchestrated moments, because they don't usually happen by accident. 7. She laughs, a lot, at your jokes. We're not all comedians, right? So if a woman consistently finds your, sometimes mediocre, jokes hilarious, it's likely she's giving you an extra dose of positive feedback. Humor is often key in attraction. When someone laughs more than the situation warrants, it's a polite way of saying, "I enjoy your company, and I'm comfortable around you." Of course, don't assume every laugh is about your looks or attention. But if you notice she singles out your remarks as especially funny, or if she looks at you first when something comedic happens, she's probably seeking a shared moment. It's that small bonding mechanism. Laughter fosters closeness, and closeness often indicates a desire for more personal interaction. 8. She compliments or notices details about you. If she points out specifics like, "I love that shirt on you," or "you changed your cologne, it smells great," that means she's paying attention to your aesthetic. Compliments are a direct method of letting you know she's noticed you in a positive way. Detail-oriented praise can be even stronger. Maybe she comments on how the color of your tie matches your eyes, or how your new hairstyle really suits the shape of your face. That level of observation typically comes from a place of interest. She might not realize how obvious she's being, but rest assured, these compliments are her way of saying, "I see you, and I like what I see." 9. She touches up her appearance when you're around. Have you noticed she suddenly fixes her hair, checks her lipstick, or smooths out her outfit right when you enter the room or approach her? This grooming behavior often kicks in automatically when someone wants to present themselves at their best in front of a person they like. While it could just be a habit or a moment of self-consciousness, it's worth noting if it happens repeatedly, like every time you make eye contact or strike up a conversation. She might tuck her hair behind her ear or adjust her necklace. It's a subtle, almost primal sign of wanting to look attractive and hoping you'll notice her efforts. 10. She finds shared interests or mentions similar hobbies. Sometimes, a woman will highlight any shared interests you two might have. Let's say you mentioned you're into hiking last week. Suddenly, she's telling you about a great hiking trail she discovered, or asks your opinion on the best gear for an upcoming trip she's planning. This isn't always random. She could be drawing attention to your common ground, giving you a reason to bond. It might also be an invitation for you to suggest doing something together, like checking out that hiking trail, or going to that new coffee spot if she claims she loves coffee as much as you do. People often leverage mutual interests to foster connections, so if she brings them up, especially repeatedly, she's probably nudging you to engage. 11. She tries to accidentally bump into you. In this modern age, we sometimes see orchestrated coincidences. Maybe you said you love a certain local cafe, and suddenly she's there on the same afternoon. Or you mentioned your gym schedule, and guess who starts showing up at the same time? If these coincidences start piling up, it's not always purely chance. She might be scheduling her errands to align with yours, or adjusting her routine so she can see you more often, giving you more opportunities to notice and talk to her. If you suspect this is happening, and you're okay with it, a friendly approach can break the ice. Just be respectful and kind, because she might still be testing how comfortable you are with her presence. 12. She shows up on your social media radar. Digital age flirting can be less intimidating than face-to-face interactions, so watch for signs online too. If she's among the first to like your posts, leaves thoughtful comments, or reacts to your stories, she could be attempting to catch your attention in a low-pressure way. Some women also post a bit more on days they know you might be watching, like if you two have chatted about a certain activity, she might share a photo of her doing exactly that, hoping you'll comment. Or she might DM you memes and jokes specifically tailored to your sense of humor. If her online presence is consistently linked to yours, it's a modern-day sign she wants to be on your radar. 13. She engages in playful banter or teasing. When a woman lightly teases you, or engages in that friendly, flirtatious banter, it can indicate she's comfortable enough to play around with you verbally. This might look like her poking fun at a quirky habit of yours, or using a playful nickname she made up just for you. Why does this matter? Because this kind of joking or teasing isn't random, it's personal. She's focusing her attention on you specifically, and is testing if you're open to that dynamic. If you dish it back politely, you might find the two of you slip into an easy, fun rapport. That's often a sign she wants you to keep interacting with her, and that she's hoping for more of your focus. 14. She's extra attentive to your needs or comfort. Another key sign is if she seems to go out of her way to make you comfortable or to help you out. Does she bring you coffee during a study session without you asking? Does she remember how you take your tea, or ask if you've had lunch yet? Those nurturing gestures show she's tuned into your well-being. People generally don't do these small acts of service without reason. If she's paying careful attention to your comfort, it often means she's hoping you'll see her in a positive light, and recognize that she cares. This can be particularly telling if she doesn't do the same for everyone else, but reserves this extra thoughtfulness for you. 15. Her body language opens up when you talk. Open body language is crucial in understanding someone's intentions. When you two speak, does she face you fully, with her shoulders pointing toward you? Are her arms relaxed at her sides, rather than crossed in front of her chest? Maybe she's leaning forward slightly, giving you her undivided attention. All of these signals say I'm engaged and receptive. In a group setting, watch if she turns her whole body to you when you speak. If she does, that's a strong sign she wants to be sure you know she's paying attention, and that she wants your attention in return. Conversely, if someone's not interested, they might turn away, cross their arms, or keep a more closed-off posture. 16. She shares personal stories or details. Vulnerability is often a strong indicator of deeper interest. If she brings up personal anecdotes, like childhood memories, family details, or significant life moments, it could be her way of letting you into her world. She might say something like, I don't usually talk about this, but, which signals she's comfortable opening up to you. Sharing personal details isn't always about romance, but if these stories come up in a context where she's also displaying other signs on this list, it's likely she's building an emotional bridge. She's letting you see more layers of her life so you can notice her as a three-dimensional person, not just a passing acquaintance. 17. She gets slightly jealous or protective. Jealousy is a tricky one, but it can be a big indicator of wanting your attention. For instance, if you're chatting amiably with another friend, especially if that friend is a woman, does she appear a bit unsettled or try to insert herself into the conversation? Maybe she'll make a playful remark, or her demeanor shifts from easygoing to more reserved. She might not openly admit jealousy, but subtle signs, like checking in on who you're texting or pouting, in a slightly humorous way, if you mention another female colleague, can mean she sees you as hers to notice. This doesn't mean controlling behavior is acceptable, of course, but a mild sense of protectiveness or jealousy can be a hint she values your attention strongly. 18. She asks about your schedule or future plans. Another sign is if she casually inquires about your upcoming weekend, your future holiday plans, or even where you see yourself in a few months. This is often a way of scoping out opportunities to spend time with you. If she's searching for open slots in your schedule, like you're free Friday, we should do something, then it's a clear attempt to get on your radar. She might not always propose a get-together directly, but she's fishing to see if you're available. If she lights up when she finds out you have a free evening, that's a major clue she's hoping you'll extend an invitation, or at least keep her in mind for future hangouts. 19. She's bold enough to tell you, directly or indirectly. Finally, some women are straightforward about wanting attention. She might say something like, "I feel like you never notice me," or half-jokingly remark, "You walk right past me without saying hi." Those statements might sound playful, but they can be real expressions of "I wish you'd focus on me more." Alternatively, she might use a phrase like, "Did you see my new post?" Or "I'm surprised you didn't comment on my haircut." She's directly pointing out that she wants your feedback, your recognition, your attention. This can be the clearest sign of all, where she practically spells it out for you. If she's made these comments multiple times, you can be sure she's craving for you to take notice of her presence and her efforts. And those are 19 signs a woman might be dropping hints for you to notice her. Now, remember, no two people are alike. Some women will send strong, straightforward signals, while others may be more subtle. The key is to look for consistent patterns. If you see multiple signs from this list, like she's always around, laughing at your jokes, complimenting your style, and maybe even letting her friends tease her about you, chances are high she's hoping you'll notice and maybe even make the first move. However, always keep in mind that genuine connection relies on mutual respect and good communication. If you suspect she's seeking your attention, approach the situation with kindness and openness. You never know, you might find yourself striking up an awesome conversation, building a solid friendship, or even sparking a romantic connection if the vibe is right. If you've enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to our channel, and tap that notification bell so you never miss our future uploads. Also, drop a comment below letting us know if you've observed any of these signs in real life, or if you think we missed any that you find super telling. We love hearing your stories and perspectives. Thanks so much for watching. Until next time, stay confident, be kind, and keep your eyes open for those subtle hints. Because sometimes, the best connections start with a simple realization that someone wants you to notice them. Take care, and we'll see you in the next video.